ilẹ̀ wa Yorùbá nation. Ó dára ó lẹ́wà ilẹ̀ òmìnira. Kò síbikíbi tí a lè wà lórílẹ̀ ayé tí a lè gbàgbé Yorùbá nation. Jọ̀wọ́ o Olúwa mú wa dé ibẹ̀. Tọmọtọmọ tọkọtọkọ tayátayá wa. Kí gbogbo ayé lè mọ̀ wípé ilẹ̀ tiwa ni. Àwa yóò dé Yorùbá nation. Jọ̀wọ́ o Olúwa ràn wá lọ́wọ́ láti gba ara wa nínú ìnira. Kò sọ́gbọ̀n ọgbọ̀n tí Nàìjíríà fi lè tàn wá jẹ. Àwa yóò dé Yorùbá nation. Ilẹ̀ wa Yorùbá nation. Ó dára ó lẹ́wà ilẹ̀ òmìnira. Kò síbikíbi tí a lè wà lórílẹ̀ ayé tí a lè gbàgbé Yorùbá nation. Jọ̀wọ́ o Olúwa mú wa dé ibẹ̀. Tọmọtọmọ tọkọtọkọ tayátayá wa. Kí gbogbo ayé lè mọ̀ wípé ilẹ̀ tiwa ni. Àwa yóò dé Yorùbá nation. Jọ̀wọ́ o Olúwa ràn wá ní ọwọ́ láti gba ara wa nínú ìnira. Kò sọ́gbọ̀n tí Nàìjíríà fi lè tàn wá jẹ. Àwa yóò dé Yorùbá nation. Ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, ilẹ̀ òmìnira. Èmi kò jẹ́ gbàgbé rẹ̀. Èmi yóò máa sọ nípa ògo rẹ̀. Mo fojú sọ́nà sí ilẹ̀ mi. Oh my land, Yorùbá nation. I will always cherish you. I will always fight for your glory. I look forward to you, my land. Yorùbá nation now. Ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, ilẹ̀ òmìnira. Èmi kò jẹ́ ìgbàgbé rẹ̀. Èmi yóò máa sọ nípa ògo rẹ̀. Mo fojú sọ́nà sí ilẹ̀ mi. Oh my land, Yorùbá nation. I will always cherish you. I will always fight for your glory. I look forward to you, my land.
Ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ jùmọ̀ kọ orin ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Àwa ni ògo adúláwọ̀.
kalẹ̀ kú dédé gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ̀ ń gbọ́ mi káàkiri orígun mẹ́rin àgbáláyé níbi ọ̀hún tí ẹ ti ń gbọ́ mi lálẹ́ yìí kí n pé ẹ kú dédé yìí olúwa ọlọ́run olódùmarè ọba tó ní gbogbo tó dáa níkàáwọ́ abamidó tìyín ojú òní tìyín ní gbogbo ọ̀nà pátá ẹ̀rí ànúgbà gbogbo ọlọ́run nínú àánú ẹ̀ á dẹ̀ farahàn nínú ayé gbogbo wa a ò ní ìdààmú ò ní wọnú ayé wa bákan náà gbogbo ìdáwọ́lé wa ní àṣẹ ti olódùmarè a máa yọrí sí rere gbogbo ọlọ́run ọba tó ní ayé àti ọ̀run á pa á mọ́ kò ní gbogbo ewu ayé yìí ewu ìdààmú wàhálà àti àìrójú àti àìráyè kò ní tọ́ sí wa gbogbo nǹkan tá à ń fẹ́ ní dáadáa lọ́la aláwùrà bí ọlọ́run á jẹ́ kó tẹ̀ wá lọ́wọ́ mo kí ọkùnrin mo kí obìnrin mo kí ọmọdé mo kí àgbàlagbà mo kí onílé bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni mo kí àlejò pé ẹ kú dédé àyè tẹ́lá àfíà làwà ní nǹkan ó tójọ́ mẹ́ta tí a ti ríra tó bá ti tójọ́ mẹ́ta tí a ti ríra tójọ́ mẹ́ta náà ni a máa ń ríra. Tí ẹ bá wo àkọlé ètò mi ti alẹ́ yìí external forces against Yoruba nation and our stupidity. Yes, there are external. Má ṣe àlàyé ráńpẹ́ kan fún yín lálẹ́ yìí lórí ìdí tí mo ṣe pè bẹ́ẹ̀ tí mo fi sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ tí mo fi mú gba ọ̀nà tí mo mú gbà yìí. Number one, òbí ló máa ń sọmọ lórúkọ and òbí tó bá sọmọ lórúkọ ó ní vast amount of interest in the development of that child. Sometimes tóbi bá sọmọ lórúkọ bákan náà ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ọgbà ló jẹ́ pé òbí tó sọmọ lórúkọ yẹn ó lè fẹ́ kọ́mọ yẹn ṣoríire ẹ̀yẹ fọmọ ẹ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kọ́ máa ṣe ti ẹ̀yà rẹ̀ kó máa ṣe nǹkan tó wù. Bákan náà ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ gbà ní òbí yẹn máa wò pé ebi ò lè máa pa àwọn kọ́mọ yẹn máa ṣe falafala. Ìyá mi ẹ̀kújọ́ mẹ́ta o mọ́mí mi Queen ẹ̀yin náà ẹ̀kújọ́ ta mọ́mí Fátókí ẹ̀kú dédé àsìkò yìí gbogbo àwọn ará ayé wa ń kọ́ ń bẹ̀ mà ṣẹ́ ń gbúrò lé mà ọlọ́run olódùmarè abámidúró tí yìí kò ní dojú àdúrà tí ní gbogbo ìgbà láṣẹ ti olódùmarè. Òbí tó sọmọ lórúkọ ó ní vast amount of interest lórí ọmọ yẹn. Bákan náà Áfíríkà àwọn kan ló sọ wá lórúkọ. Nàìjíríà àwọn kan ló sọ lórúkọ. Automatically they will have a vast amount of interest nínú orílẹ̀-èdè. Mi mọ̀ bóyá nǹkan tí mo ń sọ bóyá ó yé wa àbí bóyá nǹkan tí mo ń sọ bóyá bẹ́ẹ̀ lórí àbí òfegè ni mo ń sọ ni. Nítorí pé ẹni tó sọmọ lórúkọ èèyàn mi máa sọ pé lórúkọ mi lórí bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn ṣó wa mẹ́ngbà tó ń sọ mí lórúkọ ni. It's still the same thing. Very much the same. Nítorí pé àwọn tó sọ wá lórúkọ yẹn ó nídìí tí wọ́n fi sọ wá ní orúkọ. Especially nígbà tó pé Africa ni wọ́n pè ní mother nature. I don't know if you know that. Brother mi ẹ kú dédé àsìkò yìí omi ìmọ̀ọ́sẹ̀ ìbúsọmọ ó ti pẹ́ díẹ̀ ni o ẹ má bínú sí mi o. I will talk to you tomorrow sir Uncle Deji Adédèjì Olúyẹmí máa bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́la lágbára Ọlọ́run máa finalize ẹrù yín lọ́la ẹ má wọrí ẹ máa bá yín send ògùn yín lọ́la lágbára Ọlọ́run. I send a lot out today for all the people I'm owing so much to and I will make sure yours goes out because I think I'm still probably owing about 10 or 20 people their stuff that I will send out to them. So Africa, there's a reason tí wọ́n ṣe ń pè ní modern nature because from a little bit of research tí mo ṣe Africa has been existing for over 5 million years. Ibẹ̀ ni gbogbo nǹkan ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ wá. Mo kúrí mẹ́sẹ̀gì yẹn má bínú ẹ̀gbọ́n mi. I've been saying your messages late. because my phone and my iPad got broken last week. No, I only fixed them last week. It was broken for some time. Some of the external forces that is working. Well, Ọlọ́run ń gbàkóso. Ọba tó láyé àti ọ̀run ń gbàkóso. Ọlọ́run gbogbo èdè ènìyàn ń gbàkóso. So, nípa bí mo ṣe ń bá ọ̀rọ̀ mi lọ, ẹni tó sọmọ lórúkọ and tí ìyá yẹn dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé àbí bàbá yẹn mọ̀ pé nǹkan wà lọ́wọ́ ọmọ yẹn, automatically he will do everything possible within a power to make sure pé ọmọ yẹn gbọ́ tòun. It happens a lot and it's still happening, and somehow you might not blame the ìyá. You might not blame the ìyá. I don't know whether nǹkan tí mo sọ yẹn bóyá maybe you're buying into it, or does it make sense to you now that I'm saying it? And to sọmọ lórúkọ, we have a vast amount of influence. No man. Àwọn kan ṣáà ló sọ Áfíríkà lórúkọ. Àwa lè ti máa jẹ́ Yorùbá tẹ́tẹ́lẹ̀. Ṣùgbọ́n gbà tó wù wọ́n mú orúkọ wa, wọ́n pààrọ̀ ẹ̀. Wọ́n sọ di nǹkan tó wù wọ́n. Àdẹ̀mú orúkọ tó ń sọ wá di àgbékarí. Orúkọ tá a lè gbé karí yẹn, somehow is for a specific reason. Wọ́n ṣe sọ wá lórúkọ yẹn. Ó dẹ̀ pay wọn ká máa jẹ orúkọ yẹn lọ. So, a lot of people does not know there are external forces. A lot of you does not know we're not fighting physical principalities. We're also fighting spiritual principalities. I'm not sure. You're not responding if you understand what I'm saying. You're not telling me in the comment section. I'm not saying that what I'm saying is making any sense to you. Maybe it's making sense. Maybe it's not making sense. Oh, boy, I continue to let it go in the air. Continue to look at. There's a reason the rest of the world will not leave Africa alone. There's a very big reason, and I will want us to go through some of those reasons tonight and look at the spiritual forces that is working against Africa in general and Yoruba people as a whole. Because if you look properly, Yoruba tribe, both in Africa and in the whole world. Because Yoruba people are everywhere. I'm not sure it is very easy to get to the Antarctica. If it's easy for people to live in the Antarctica, you will find Yoruba people living there. That is why you find Yoruba people living in Canada, Winnipeg. Because Winnipeg is very cold. It's one of the closest nations up north to the North Pole. And if you go there, even their schools, classroom by because Extension University of Lagos right now. You understand what I mean? So, láì mú òkú lọlé olóró, let's listen to this audio. And then we will continue from there. Let's listen to it together. I want to play the minimum. I want to play to the minimum. And I will make reference. It's about 20 minutes long. But I don't think I want to play everything. Because there's no point in playing everything. I don't want to waste your data. If you have time, I can send you the link so that you can listen to it later on yourself. But I'll play a good part of it for you, so that you might understand exactly what I'm saying tonight. Are you guys with me on the platform, or the comments are not coming here? Are you here with me? If you can hear me, can you guys hear me? Hello? Ayé àtijọ́ ni asọ̀rọ̀ máa gbèsè wà o. Láyé sìn asọ̀rọ̀ gbèsè wà, asọ̀rọ̀ gbèsè là ń ṣe láyé sìn o. Okay, let's listen to this audio and then we take it from there, yeah?
Sometimes nicknamed the mother continent due to its being the oldest inhabited continent. Humans and human ancestors have lived in Africa for more than 5 million years. The origin of the name Africa is greatly disputed by scholars. Most believe it stems from words used by the Phoenicians, Greeks, and Romans. Important words include the Egyptian word Ruaika, meaning mother, the Greek word Afrik, meaning without coal, and the Latin word Africa, meaning sunny. Being the second largest continent, it is bounded by the Mediterranean Sea, the Red Sea, the Indian Ocean, and the Atlantic Ocean. It is divided in half almost equally by the equator. What is Africa's uniqueness? Africa is rich in natural resources, ranging from arable land, water, oil, natural gas, minerals, forests, and wildlife. The continent holds a huge proportion of the world's natural resources, both renewables and non-renewables. Home to some 30% of the world's mineral reserves, 8% of the world's natural gas, and 12% of the world's oil reserves. The continent has 40% of the world's gold, and up to 90% of its chromium and platinum. The largest reserves of cobalt, diamonds, platinum, and uranium in the world are in Africa. It holds 65% of the world's arable land and 10% of the planet's internal renewable freshwater source. In most African countries, natural capital accounts for between 30% and 50% of total wealth. Over 70% of people living in sub-Saharan Africa depend on forests and woodlands for their livelihoods. Land is an economic development asset, as well as a socio-cultural resource. A significant share of these resources is, however, used unsustainably, while others are lost through illegal activities, meaning that the stream of benefits generated from these resources is being reduced over time. For instance, Africa loses an estimated $195 billion annually of its natural capital through illicit financial flows, illegal mining, illegal logging, illegal trade in wildlife, unregulated fishing, and environmental degradation and loss. Collectively, the continent has a lot to gain in pulling together and harnessing its vast natural resources to finance the development agenda towards greater prosperity. And it must also ensure that future growth and exploitation of natural resources is results-oriented, climate-resilient, and sustainable. These reasons can explain why the world cannot do without Africa. 1. Favorable climate. Tropical wet conditions occur along the equator, the Gulf of Guinea, and the East Madagascar coast. Temperatures remain near 27 degrees Celsius, 80 degrees Fahrenheit, year-round. Annual precipitation varies from 152 centimeters, 60 inches, inland to 330 centimeters, 130 inches along the coasts. Important crops in Africa's tropical wet regions include plantain, pineapple, coffee, cocoa, and oil palms. Palm oil is the primary cooking oil in Africa, as familiar as olive oil or corn oil in North America. Savanna conditions occur in much of eastern and southern Africa. Temperatures here are cooler and more variant than in tropical wet regions. Annual precipitation is between 50 and 152 centimeters. The dry season in the savanna can last as long as 6 months. Important savanna crops include cassava, peanuts, peppers, okra, eggplant, cucumber, and watermelon. Africa's most important grain crops, millet and sorghum, are grown here. Desert conditions occur in northern Africa, especially in the Sahara and the Sahel. Temperatures can range from 54 degrees Celsius, 130 degrees Fahrenheit on the hottest days to freezing on the coldest nights. Annual precipitation never exceeds 25 centimeters, 10 inches, and some areas go without rain for years. Important desert crops include date palms and cotton. Mediterranean climate conditions occur along the extreme northern and southern coasts of Africa. These regions have mild temperatures, dry summers, and moderately rainy winters. Important crops include figs, olives, oranges, tomatoes, onions, and large vegetables, such as cabbage and cauliflower. Highland conditions occur in the highest elevations of Africa, particularly in the Ethiopian highlands. Temperatures here are much colder than in the surrounding lowlands. Precipitation depends on the orientation of the mountain to moisture-bearing winds. Agriculture. Climatic factors greatly influence Africa's agriculture, which is considered the continent's single most important economic activity. Agriculture employs 2/3 of the continent's working population and contributes 20 to 60% of every country's gross domestic product, GDP. GDP is the total value of goods and services produced in a country during 1 year. Important crops include alfalfa, potatoes, wheat, cocoa, and coffee. Forestry. Forestry, the management of trees and other vegetation in forests, is an important economic activity in Africa. On average, forest products account for 6% of Africa's gross domestic product, GDP, more than any other continent. This is a result of Africa's abundant forest cover, with 0.8 hectares, 2 acres per person, compared with 0.6 hectares, 1.5 acres, globally. In Central and Western Africa, where forest cover is heaviest, the forest sector contributes more than 60% of the GDP. The export of forest products, especially high-grade woods like mahogany and okuma, brings in significant revenue. These woods are mostly found in the countries of the Congo Basin, Cameroon, Central African Republic, Republic of the Congo, Democratic Republic of the Congo, Gabon, and Equatorial Guinea.
Okay. Like I said before, I didn't want to bore you with all this. The reason I play it is for you to know that it is very hard because the rest of the world cannot do without Africa. And if they cannot do without Africa, then I wonder how they're going to leave Africa alone. And when Nigeria do break apart, they know that the rest of African eyes will be open. Yoruba land, Yoruba people were so wise, were so stupid, and were so foolish. I say with all my mouth, and I can say it again anywhere, we are so stupid. And we are so foolish as well. Woman Sokniko, the radio why woman she program advertisement sometimes ago when I was a little boy. Wani onímọ̀ tó ń gbé ọ̀rọ̀ o sì tún lọ́jọ́ wẹ́wẹ́. Ìwọ ṣe wá jẹ́ kíkẹ́ àròrí bí ẹyẹ ìgbákà. Òòrùn tó ní mọ́tò tó ń gbé ọ sáré ikú tẹni tó tẹ̀ ọ́ mọ́lẹ̀ lógun tó bá ọ ó ṣe wá dọ̀tá èrò tẹ́jọ wọ́kọ̀ papọ̀. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ èèyàn ló wà nínú agitation yìí tó ti di ọ̀tá àwọn tí a jọ ń ṣe agitation yìí, including myself. All what we want to do is just talk. People does not realize talking does not solve the problem alone. And we have to forge unity, big unity amongst ourselves. And to only po, what I've had in the last few months, since the beginning of this year, ó jẹ́ nǹkan tó bà mí lọ́kàn jẹ́ púpọ̀. Ó jẹ́ nǹkan tó gba omijé lójú mi pàápàá. Ó jẹ́ nǹkan tó jẹ́ kí n look so old suddenly. Ó jẹ́ nǹkan tó jẹ́ kí inú bí mi gidigidi gan. Ó dẹ̀ jẹ́ nǹkan tó jẹ́ kí n má sọ̀rọ̀ much púpọ̀ wọ́n nítorí pé mo mọ̀ pé ọ̀pọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ kò kán agbọ̀n mọ́. Ṣé false hope ní ká sọ ni? Àbí not doing what Olódùmarè said we should do to get out, but because some people don't want to get out. We talk about a moving train. But this moving train are just going in circle. Our fathers that we were blaming, our elderly father, our forefathers, our grandfather, that we were blaming that for 60 years they couldn't do anything, were they facing the same problem as what we're facing today? The problem we are facing is still the same problem they were facing in those days. Let me tell you one thing for sure. No matter which African leader gets there, no matter which Yoruba nation leader gets there, no matter who is ruling Yoruba nation, as long as he doesn't consider the rest of the world, they will look at him as a threat to the world. I'm sure you know Gaddafi very well. I'm sure you know him. I'm sure a lot of us know his antecedent. And if you don't know, please go and find out yourself. Because this will open your eyes a little bit to what is happening in the world today. You might believe me, you might not believe me, you might know, you might not know. But if you don't find out, you're not going to know. If you don't take your time to go and find out what is happening in the world today, because so many people are ignorant of what is happening in the world today, and they will claim that they know something that is going on, and they know that they know nothing. Their foolishness is even super. They are super foolish. And it's a shame that all these things are going on and a lot of people does not know because they cannot think outside the box. The Western medias are not getting involved. These people are not doing this. That people are not doing that. No, it's more than that. It's more than that. If you want to know, sit down, open your eyes, research things. And I'm sure you will know a lot of things better. I've seen so many people talking, especially my brother Kweki, saying a power shift. a power shift? Do you think they will allow a power shift easily? Our politicians are not allowing power shift. Why should the Western world allow power shift? Why should they? Our politicians will say, if they allow power shift, what should my genuine? Why will people that the rest of the world that if they allow the power shift, they will struggle? I don't think a lot of people know what is going on, what's going to happen. In the 60s, as soon as the University of Ibadan opened properly, all the people from around the world were coming to UCH for medical treatment. I don't know if you know what that means. If Yoruba Nation glory comes, all the doctors in America, all the doctors in UK, so many doctors in so many parts of the world that are Yoruba origin might want to go back home if there's better work for them there. And everybody will now have to depend on Yoruba Nation. Do you think the IMF will like that? Do you think the World Bank will like that? Do you think the United Nations will like that? Because in the United Nations, there is no African country that's a permanent member. There's none of us. But the problem we're having now is there are so many non-entities, wannabes, that claims to know and they don't know. Even the Yoruba Nation world media that we're all supposed to be following, they're driving us astray, I'm afraid. They're supposed to be championing this. They're supposed to be the main media house. But when their head is not correct, who's going to follow them? And I'm saying this unapologetically. Because the way things are going, people want to be seen. People want to be known. People want to clamor for leadership. It's something they cannot do. If they can do it, fine. But if you cannot do it and you're clamoring for it, it means you're destroying it. Oh, mo bẹ́ẹ̀ sè, ó ń jà nínú ilé lójoojúmọ́ kó ló fẹ́ máa ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀. Tani mo pé poison ló máa fún gbogbo àwọn yòókù jẹ tó wáyà. Somebody will say, practice make perfect. Practice will make perfect when you want to know. But these people don't want to know. All these are in the physical realm. I haven't even gone to the spiritual realm yet. And if I go to the spiritual realm, it will shock you so much. Africa, Yoruba nation, they are afraid of it. Because if it comes, the rest of the world are in big trouble. I don't know if you know. The carers here will go back home. The doctors here will go back home. The teachers here will go back home. The bus driver here will go back home. The train driver here will go back home. The minicab drivers here will go back home. The street sweeper, who among us will go back home? The hospital workers will go back home. The bank workers will go back home. Do you know what that means? In Germany now, they have a program in which they're giving you papers to come and live in Germany. They're doing that in Canada already. They call it skills shortage. The Yoruba nation will come if you understand what is going on. A lot of people don't understand what is happening. All they want to do is just bluff and blah, blah, blah. Balaboo. Did you know when Idiagbo was there, he made a rules. That is why the British make it so hard for African Nigerians to come to England. Because they see this man is doing it properly. And how many African leaders that are on the right path that the West does not follow with? Currently, the only one I see is Rwanda. And I'm sure they're planning how to mess it up already. The British want to take illegal immigrants to Rwanda. And pay the Rwandan government for it. Well, wait and see what that will lead to later on. After staying there for too long, they'll be claiming no money lembe. And what will happen at the end of the day? It will bring instability to Rwanda. There are so many people among us who are not thinking outside the box. No, they were not thinking outside the box at all. If the whole world depend on Africa, and Africa wants to be free and do his own thing in their own way, then you know what's going to happen. Especially the way we black people behave. One day we will lock the door and say nobody in this world will breathe here anymore. And nobody can. Africa will come and say there's no oxygen for anybody again. It will happen. It will happen. Because orí ẹ̀kọ́ àkọ́kọ́ orí ẹni tó jó lórí gàrí ńjọ́ kan tó jó lórí wa wọ́n kàn kó bomi sórí ẹni orí akọ́bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí wú akọ́bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ṣe nǹkan tó wù ní. Àyè abẹ́dàrú. Because we lack methodology. And we think about ourselves too much. Is that not what our politicians are doing? They're full of themselves. And not only them now. The Yoruba agitators are doing it too. We, the medias, are doing it too. Everybody is doing it too. last week or so, I played a video here in which they said the greatest scam in the whole world is having the Bible translated into so many languages, but not one single science textbook was translated into Yoruba. Is it a lie? It's not a lie. It's the bitter truth, of course. Very bitter truth. Yeah, they empower one another. In Yoruba land, people will prefer to hide money and make sure it's rotten so that the next man cannot prosper with that money, even though they're not going to spend that money themselves. And if any rich person in Nigeria or Yoruba land gives you money, I've later realized pé aragbe nílé ayé yìí. Aragbe nílé ayé. I've seen so many of my clients, so many people buying herbal remedy stuff because they don't go to the hospital the way they used to go to hospital before. The hospital will now call them and say they need to come. We haven't seen you for so long. What happened? And if the person make mistake and say I'm using one herb, they will say, hey, herb is not good. Oh. Don't use it. It's not good. But they didn't say that about coronavirus, whatever they call it. They didn't say that. The boosters and the jab. They didn't say that. Because the way Abba works is if we keep going the way it's going now, the big pharmaceutical industry that are raking their money in, we don't have their money anymore. If a lot of people realize how effective the herbs are, then Oyibo medicine is in trouble. Then they will have to depend on us. Right. I said something to one woman who's been calling me for about 2 months because of leg pain. I said we have arthritis remedy. And one thing you need to do is to make sure you run away from bread. Bread is very bad for leg pain. Because it has a compound, a composition in there that will go and sit between your legs, your nail cap and your nails, whatever they call it. So whatever you do, you're in trouble. Especially all this African bread. They're even worse. And when I research it, I find out that nílé lábúlé àwọn ìyá abúlé tó máa ń rìn káàkiri yẹn wọ́n strong kàkàràkà yẹn. There's no bread lábúlé láyé ìgbà yẹn. Tí ó rẹ̀ pé ara tó bá ní pé ara oko tí ò bá fi aráàlú tí ò fi búrẹ́dì ránṣẹ́ sí sóko ara oko náà ní fi ránṣẹ́ padà sí. And you know another thing, àmàlà dúdú yẹn is very good though. You know why? Because not the àmàlà dúdú they're making today that they're using the whole of yam to do. Àmàlà dúdú ayé àtijọ́ èpo tó bá bẹ ṣùtọ́ the outside part no fi ń ṣe àmàlà dúdú. And the outside part yẹn èpo àti the very body so close to the skin yẹn they're very very rich in nutrients. But like I say, that's the one we will scrape off. About already dot or a pingulus, no, so that be the ingro. I'm a background. A lot of things are wrong with us. People don't know that issue is good for fertility. I don't think you know that. Issue is a fertility remedy. And I want to ban Jeshugon, they're prone to multiple pregnancy. I want to Jeshu to man yam. No issue continue. I'm not talking about that one. I'm talking about the real yam itself. They're prone to multiple pregnancy. And they marry better. That's why in Elisha, do one need beji to come back on. But we don't know. I had one thing that I'm sending sample out to people. It's called anybody that buy attract. I'm sending this sample of this product to them, especially the elderly one, the one that cannot walk properly. Let me see. It's called Nail Sugar and Swollen Buster. You don't need it for long. You need it for by a month or in between. Tí ẹsẹ̀ yẹn bá ti di jẹ̀gẹ̀jẹ̀gẹ̀ tó yẹ pé ó ń ta mi ó ro mí ni o, ó dùn mí ẹ kó sókè ni o, ní egungun ẹsẹ̀ yẹn lórúnkún yẹn sọ. Within 2 days, you walk properly again. But in the hospital, they will tell you, don't do it. Don't use herbals. But there's herbal in Holland and Barrett. Because that one is that one. There are so many things wrong with us. I have quite some few audios. The one I play earlier on, if you want it, please let me know. I will try and send it to you. Let me one thing I want to do is to start Photoshop and Adobe Photoshop and Lightroom training in Yoruba language. I want to start that so that my people can know how to edit pictures and video properly. Premiere, Adobe Premiere, and even Adobe After Effects. Because sometimes I watch this Nollywood film and I cry for them because they do shit job. What we specialize in, sometimes I go on YouTube and I'm looking for how to do one thing or the other. And I find so many in English, but it's hard to find it in Yoruba language. Or even mixed. Even mixed. And it has gotten to that stage that we have to start fighting for ourselves, not fighting ourselves. We specialize in fighting ourselves, not fighting for ourselves. Let's listen to this one too.
This is a question everybody has been asked one time or the other from one person or another. What's your pedigree, they say? Fame is not for free. That differentiates the people that drink tea from the people that sow Gary. Last I checked, we're all people. You can't sit there, they say. It's reserved, it's well deserved, a name has been carved. It's for celebrity, not for non-entity who's got no ability or financial stability, who can't even afford utility, so bounce you liability. Who are you, they say. When it's time for admission, they say, who are you? I say, sir, that question is unnecessary. I aced the examination. I deserve this institution. They say, no. Who are you? Do you know the chancellor? Are you friends with the governor? Do you down with the senator? Is your father the administrator? Are you related to the counselor? Tell me, do you own a monitor? Do you have enough money? Who are you? Do I have to be a Jagaban to listen to a band? Do I have to wear Versace to eat sushi? Do I have to be guarded by cops to visit Transcorp? Do I have to wear gold trinkets to take pictures on the red carpet? Must I use an iPhone to sit on the front row? Why can't they just see me for me? Why does my worth have to be determined by the money in my account, or the cartel in my fount, or the words in my mouth, or the degrees that I have, or the selfies on Facebook, which most are not real? The followers on Twitter, they don't make me any better. They say exercise your franchise, go cast your vote. So I comply to determine who sailors the boat. And on getting there, I found out that they've already decided. When I talk, they say who's talking. When I write, they say who's writing. Even when I laugh, they say who's laughing. They don't want to hear what I have to say. Oh, they just want to know now hustle don't pay. Whether I take two, I take five. At the end of the day, now the same hotel. Don't get too comfortable. Even sure bet, not so sure. One commits a crime and his name rings a bell. They say bail him. Another commits a crime and is not in the Hall of Fame. They say jail him. Hell, cell, criminal. You accursed son of Hades must pay for this. Oh, the criminal is the one without money? When I speak out of turn, they ask me, who the hell do you think you are? I tell you who the heaven I think I am. I'm the voice of one crying in our nation, Hosanna. I'm the beginning of a new era, the end of injustice and the beginning of power. I'm a skyscraper of peace and a trailblazer of unity. I'm young, I'm vibrant, I'm strong, I'm intelligent. I'm a million microchips, I'm definitely for keeps. I've got the energy they lack and courage back to back. I'm a story to be told and a wonder to behold. I'm more than a conqueror, greater than a governor. I'm from a deity of divinity, from a tribe of lions, no chain can bind us. I'm a time bomb waiting to explode. I'm history waiting to happen. I'm like a current of an ocean. You can't stop my flow. One day, surely we go blow. I'm the correction of their past mistakes. I'm the activation of your future estate. I'm a product of grace. I've got length of days. I'm hope for this generation. I'm the celebrity you see on television. I'm a believer. I believe that this nation can be better because we are a people of bold and truth. And because of me, because of us, because of our collective voices, I see a new Nigeria.
Wow, that was hot. That was super hot. Super, super hot. I like the girl. I like the girl. I so much have big respect for this lady. To back up what she said, I'm going to play you something else. This is a very short one. Trust me, I won't bore you with this one. This is very, 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 very short.
28 years old. He was on drugs. He had been previously in trouble for sexually assaulting a minor. So now he's free from that. He's on drugs. He steals a car. The police get behind him. He doesn't pull over. He goes on a high-speed pursuit chase. He crashes into a tree. The car catches on fire. His girlfriend is in the passenger seat. She dies in the fire.
This is who he is talking about. This is Wesley Phelps. He's 28 years old. He was on drugs. He had priors for burglary and assaulting a minor. He led police on a high-speed chase, crashed his car, and his girlfriend died. And Judge Sybil Reynolds gave him 3 years.
But
On the same day that Judge Sybil Reynolds gave him 3 years, he gave Lakeith Smith 65 years.
A black boy.
Lakeith is 15 years old. Him and some other kids were breaking into an unoccupied dwelling. The cops showed up. The kids ran. The cop shot Adante Washington, which is Lakeith Smith's best friend, shot Adante in the back 3 times. Due to Alabama's felony murder law, Lakeith Smith was sentenced to 65 years for the murder of Adante, even though he didn't hold the weapon or shoot anybody. This happened on the same day in the same court by the same judge. 28-year-old who's actually responsible for somebody dying. 15-year-old who's actually not responsible for anybody dying. 3 years, 65 years. If you can't see the problem here, you're choosing not to see the problem here. Number 1, this is clearly racism. Number 2, felony murder is a bullshit law. Number 3, go to justiceforlakeithsmith.com, see the facts of the case, learn Lakeith's story, sign the petition, and most importantly, please listen to me. Please listen to me. Most importantly, get the word out. We need every content creator, big, small, and in between, to make a video and put the story of Lakeith Smith in the home of every American. Everybody needs to know this story. An injustice is currently in progress in Montgomery, Alabama. Lakeith has been locked up for 8 years. They didn't even try him until he was 18. He spent 3 years in jail waiting on a trial. Bring Lakeith home. We need you to share his story. That's it. Just share his story. Please share Lakeith's story.
Who are you? Who are you? As Yoruba sons and daughters, you need to quickly find out who you are and occupy your seat. Not who they make you to be. I don't know. Not who they make you to be. What do you believe in? Do you believe in yourself that you can do it? Or do you believe you have to be spoon-fed every time? The way the world is a shame. Very, very big shame. When I mean big shame, I mean big shame. Very big shame. Because there's so many things that is happening to us. In one way or the other, we are the architect. I keep saying to you guys, anything that will not take this journey forward, I'm not ready to talk about it. I'm not ready to participate in it. And I still mean it. No matter how angry I am with all the things that is happening around me, sincerely, I'm heartbroken. I'm angry. But that doesn't mean I'm going to stop agitating for Yoruba nation. With the kind of money I have invested in this Yoruba nation, privately, you'll be shocked. It makes me look stupid when I hear that money has been exchanging hands. Whether it's true or false, I don't know. I don't want to know. But still, it gets me hungry. And I'm still not going to stop. Even though it's annoying to find out that some people are just there scamming people out. I put so many people's money that they pay me to do things for them, to send drugs to them. I spend the money straight on Yoruba nation. Some people even think I was stupid. The person that was sending the money to Nigeria for me, if the money came here, not directly to Nigeria, called my wife one day and said, "You're not building a house. Your husband don't have stake in Yoruba land in Nigeria. Why is he sending this amount of money home? What's he doing? Is he building an hotel in Lekki? If you see my statement and see the amount of money, as people pay me for some product, the money fly back out for this agitation. And later getting to know that there's so much scamming between it. It's annoying. Stop forgiving them. Because I know there's so much spiritual implication going on around there. Let's go to the spiritual one quickly. Let me tell you one thing. Yoruba le logun lóòótọ́. Ìbò náà lógun. Wọ́n ní kíni? Wọ́n ní ogun. They are not flaunting it the way we are flaunting our own because they're not stupid. They don't want us to say we want to learn their own as well. But we're so stupid. We're floating our own and everybody is coming to learn. Gbàtí Charlie Queen of England. Come on, me we're any street London. Don't we wear coffee. But don't go that route yet. Start from there. Start from this one. The horror film they do here, where do you think they get inspiration from? It's not the way we do it. They do it in a different way. Go to Damien, watch it. Go to Dracula, watch it. Go to so many of them, watch them. And sit down and see how things are. If they don't have all this dark world, how did they get to know all these things? Have you not seen the film about life after death? Did you not see the film called Ghost? Patrick Swayze and Whoopi Goldberg? And you think paying the Colonel Logun? And you think they will fold their hand? They won't fold their hand. Abiola talk too much. And the Western world knows, if this man gets there, he's going to cause trouble for us. So we should make sure he didn't get there. And I've seen some Yoruba people talking too much about Tinubu as well. They never knew he was going to get there. Whether by Jagger Bandit style or original style or godly style or hooligan style. Where is? I don't think it's money alone. The spiritual implication I'm talking about now goes a long way too. As soon as Yoruba nation stand, the NHS might run into trouble in England. Do you know how many Nigerian doctors and nurses are here? At the last count, we have 11,000 Nigerian doctors working in the NHS. 11,000. 11,000. That's over 50 planes, full loaded. Running 747. That's over 50. Plane full of Nigerian doctors, flown here. Come and walk. How many nurses? We have over 70,000 nurses from Nigeria working in the NHS. Oh, so over 70,000 hospital workers that are of Nigerian origin working in the NHS. Not just us. You think it's by accident that these people will protect their interests? They're not stupid. They're not foolish. Like us. So in the US, they have over 40,000, 70,000 here, 40,000 there. How many in France? How many in Germany? How many in Canada? So we probably have over 2 million healthcare workers working abroad in diaspora. Estimated. And currently, another means of getting all this cheap labor from Africa that they do in the old days when they have slavery, that one they take you by force, by fire. Now they give you condition. They give you something good that will want you to come here and continue the slavery mentality. These people are very brilliant, very good strategists. Do we strategize? Even in this agitation, do we have a strategist? We don't. We're foolish people. Non-entity people. Leading. We the media are on social media Russia woni. Yoruba, out of these numbers, will probably be about 60%. 60%. And social media Russia woni. The media. Àwa sọ̀rọ̀ di àgùntàn ẹran àmúboko bẹ́ẹ̀ nìkan ràn wá wọlé kan ràn wá jáde àwòdì jẹun èpè sọ́ra. Asọ̀rọ̀ di àfèké sọ́ra gbéborùn sọ́ra asọ̀rọ̀ di nìyẹn. This has been going on for so long, and nobody wants to put an end to it. I'm not here to talk something that will please you. I'm here to talk sense into our own head. All of us. All of us. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our own mind. Some will tell you it's part of it, that we just have to fulfill the book. Yoruba Nation song is redemption song. Do you know that? Yoruba Nation song is redemption song. But a lot of people doesn't want to be redeemed. The media don't want us to be redeemed. Our leaders don't want us to be redeemed. The agitators don't want us to be redeemed. The general masses don't want to be redeemed. Because if the general public want to be redeemed, if I'm doing a show now and the show is not going to take us forward, you're supposed to distract that show. But you won't do that. If I have a topic now, think of Yoruba Wuyi. What's me by? Everybody will be here. Maybe we have 300,000 people watching now. No, Yoruba Wuyi is very popular. They would love to hear that. Yoruba Wuyi, what's me by? Take a job not to be a wolling. I came at sister mi jana one day. I came at quick jana one day. What you about to see to jen nkan tó máa mórí wá pé ni. People don't care, they won't come. I don't have the energy to come out every day because there's nothing to talk about. Kí ni ìwúrẹ́ ẹlẹ́wọ̀n tó ń fago sọ́wọ́? Kí ni ìwúrẹ́ ẹlẹ́wọ̀n tó ń fago sọ́wọ́? What are we going to achieve? Àbí kí n mú tẹ́ni lógo kí n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí lambast kí n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí bú. People will come. Adé àti tẹ́ni ti ń jà. Heritage àti tẹ́ni ti wọ̀ yá jà. Wọ́n ní pẹ̀tù sí wa nínú. Yeah. Heritage, Tenny is your sister. Don't fight her. They won't say that. Wọ́n máa da petrol sí náà ni. Nítorí pé they refuse to grow up. Ọmọ kékeré ló máa lọ títí tó máa rí àgbò àtàgbò tó ń kàn tó máa dúró tó máa wò ó. Irọ́ ọmọ kékeré ní ìbéèrè. Ẹni tó bá ní ìbéèrè kò ní rí àgbò àtàgbò tó ń jà ó máa wò ó. Àbátá ajá àtajá tó ń ṣeré ìfẹ́ kó máa wò ó. But because a lot of people are stupid, báwọn mídíà kan ṣe ń fà síwájú làwọn kan máa fà sẹ́yìn. Ẹni tó fà sẹ́yìn lénìí tó bá dọ̀la á fà síwájú. Ẹni tó fà síwájú lénìí tó bá dọ̀la á fà sẹ́yìn. Àwa kó lójú kan. I hope Yoruba world media can wake up one day and do the right thing and take up the leadership mantles that they deserve to take. Because they're supposed to be the leader in this struggle. But what are they doing? Non-entityness. It's not every one of us that should be talking. We should let the professional talk. I don't used to talk. All our interviews were given to the professionals. When we're all together, I only arrange things because I'm not meant to be a talkative. That's why you don't see me every day. That's why you don't see me every week. That's why you don't see me every time. I know where I'm good at. And it's even shameful. Take all this money from so many people and there's nothing to show for it. Or you think we have something to show for it? Tí bá ní kẹ́ mú wá nísìnyí ṣe lẹ́kẹ́ ṣépè fún mi. Tàbí anybody tó bá ní kẹ́ mú wá ní ṣe lẹ́kẹ́ ṣépè fún wọn. Olórí burúkú ní owó ṣìwò lẹ́ ń gbà. Ǹtẹ́ gbà látọdún mẹ́ta. You should say that to me if I ask you for money. If I open up my accounts to you guys and you see when people pay me for my herbs or for my t-shirt and the money fly back out straight away same day for this agitation, you'll be shocked. It was so shameful at the time that I was crying within myself. What's all this nonsense? What's all this nonsense? The only thing I will say is that I thank God that God says don't monetize your platform. And I didn't monetize it. Thank God nobody's abusing me. But I thank God that I learned a lot of things. Yoruba. Because before I don't know anything. Tell me but now mo para gbe nílé ayé. Ara gbe nílé ayé. Tó bá máa yé ayé en tí ò ní yé ò ní yé. Free man, son. Adakpe ọ̀rọ̀ ni. I don't want you to say it all. Arole, true. Uncle Adebanjo Sunday, please. I don't want us to go that route. I want us to go to the route of a godly things to do proper presentation. Free man, sons. Free May, sons. Free our more ọkùnrin. You think that's a joke in this country? You think it's a joke? The funniest thing is so many people doesn't even know things and they fight for it. They curse for it. They go out at war for it. Big shame. %40 of the world gold. 40% of world oil. Uncle Sunday Adebanjo, please don't let us go that route, please. Yeah, please. All I want is a nice presentation. All I want is educative. All I want is for you to make up your mind yourself. I don't want you to tell me what choice you're making. Let the choice be in your mind and make it good. Let's listen to this one. It might not be that relevant, but let's listen to it a little bit.
Could you believe a snake could eat about $100,000? Well, that is what a corrupt Nigerian clerk claimed. Here are 5 funny corruption stories from Nigeria. 1. Snake ate about 36 million naira. In 2018, a Nigerian sales clerk named Philomena Chish made headlines when she claimed that a snake had eaten 36 million naira, the equivalent of $100,000 or 72,250 pounds at the time of the incident. Chish was working at an office for the Nigerian Examination Board, which collects exam fees. She had to come up with that lie as a cover-up for the lost fund, which resulted in her suspension from work. 2. 500 million naira grass-cutting scandal. In 2017, Nigerians were shocked to learn that the former Nigerian secretary to the government, Babakar Lawal, and 6 others were accused of stealing $500 million in a grass-cutting scandal. Lawal and his associates had claimed that they used the 500 million naira to cut grass, which led many Nigerians to question the logic behind such a high expenditure. The scandal resulted in widespread outrage and calls for Lawal's prosecution, but as of now, no one has been convicted in connection with the case. 3. A governor was caught on tape collecting bribe. In 2018, a video went viral showing the Kano state governor, Mr. Ganjuj, collecting cash in dollars from a contractor. The governor could be seen collecting the dollars before rolling them into his white dress, Baban Riga, in one of a series of questionable deals allegedly struck over a span of several months. Despite the damning evidence against him, Ganjuj remains in office to this day. 4. Stolen 2 billion naira. In 2018, the Nigerian Minister of Transportation, Rotimi Amici, accused former aviation minister Femi Fani-Kayode of stealing the sum of N2 BN meant for the repairs of Port Harcourt International Airport runway while in office. According to Amici, a former governor of Rivers State, Peter Odolai, made the payment as part of the state government's contribution towards the success of the project. Mr. Fani-Kayode, who is part of President-elect Tinubu's team, has since denied the allegation. 5. A man who was convicted in 1986 got re-elected into office as a governor. In 2019, the Ogun State Governor, Dapo Abiodun, faced scrutiny after it was revealed that he was arrested in the United States in 1986 for credit card fraud and forgery. Despite this revelation, Abiodun argued that his arrest was not sufficient grounds for his disqualification from office. He remains in office to this day. Just in case you are very corrupt and looking for a safe country, you might as well consider Nigeria. See you tomorrow.
You see how gullible we are? They spent 544 million naira to cut grass in government house. Make it 36 million naira. Then we find another one that says monkey eats money too. Adebayo Sunday, Adebayo Adebanjo, Sunday Adebanjo, Igbo Osha for life, me too. It's not a lot for us. And nobody can take away that, or nobody can hide that. I'm going to be rounding up. Because staying too long on a program like this just makes people angry more. And the last thing I want to do is to cry. This is annoying. When you find out things like these are happening. And not just annoying, but very annoying. When things like this cannot be stopped. Very, very annoying. Ekaleza. Benza, I'm going sir.
ìyẹn ò ní o ó kàn ṣì máa ń surprise mi kọ́wọn ẹlòmíì bá ṣe sọ pé ká ṣì máa build lórí system báyìí wọn ó ti máa ń yà mí lẹ́nu pé àwọn ẹlòmíì ò mọ̀ ìtumọ̀ foundation ẹ gbà bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹlòmíì ò mọ̀ túmọ̀ ẹ̀ ẹlòmíì ò mọ̀ túmọ̀ ẹ̀ òun ló ṣe wá òun ló ní problem wá ń sìn ẹ wo example kan ẹ wo ọba wa ó wà ní Brazil Ọọ̀ni of Ifẹ̀ mo forí balẹ̀ fún Àwórì Adé wọ́n ṣe kí ni wọ́n lọ ṣe bẹ̀ yẹn wọ́n represent Yorùbá àbí bọ̀ báwo ni Nàìjíríà báwo ló ṣe jẹ́ kí ògo yẹn tàn bó bá jẹ́ state ni bó bá jẹ́ pé àwa as president àwa as country nsìn àwọn foreign ministers wa minister wa ní agriculture minister wa ní communication ní nǹkan tá a mọ̀ ṣe ó máa tẹ̀lé Ọọ̀ni lọ àbí.
Definitely.
kí ló máa fún àwọn minister yẹn boost kí ló máa fún ilẹ̀ Yorùbá yẹn ní boost minister of culture àti tẹ̀lé Ọọ̀ni o á tẹ̀lé Ọọ̀ni kí ló máa jẹ́ kí culture wa ṣe yẹn kí ló máa jẹ́ kí wọ́n máa tourism kan ló máa promote yẹn. Minister nǹkan tí Brazil bá mọ̀ minister wa wá síbẹ̀ nǹkan táwọn ọmọ wa ti ṣe ní university ta fẹ́ showcase fáyé àwọn ọmọ wa ní Brazil wọn àkọ́kọ́ máa rí bọ̀ ṣé ẹ̀ rí pé Nàìjíríà ń stop wa pẹ̀lú system tàwa yìí ẹlòmíì lè jáde sìn ó sọ pé ẹbọ constitution wa ò ní kí àwọn minister máa tẹ̀lé ok nígbà ká sọ ok ẹ jẹ́ ká sọ pé a fẹ́ mú minister mẹ́rin ó fẹ́ tẹ̀lé Ọọ̀ni ẹ wo àwọn minister yẹn ṣé Yorùbá ni wọ́n kó máa tẹ̀lé Ọọ̀ni yẹn àwọn ọmọ tí wọ́n dẹ̀ fẹ́ bá sọ̀rọ̀ ní Brazil àwọn respect pé ẹ̀yin ni ti lé àwọn ọmọ wọn náà ló yẹ kí wọ́n bá sọ̀rọ̀ sódà wọ́n á fi múlẹ̀ láti ṣe nǹkan pọ̀ ṣé Fúlàní kó bá jẹ́ mínísítà yìí ṣó máa ṣe so ṣẹ́rí ẹ má jẹ́ ká máa tanra wa à ń bíòdì Nàìjíríà lórí foundation tí ò dá foundation tí ò gbé ògo wa yọ foundation tó ń sọ tí òyìnbó ń pè wá ní ọ̀bọ but foundation yẹn náà ó ń sọ pé ọ̀bọ ni wá òyìnbó ń pè wá pé àwa corrupt òyìnbó wo tiẹ̀ ní Cameron lò nígbà yẹn náà káwọn èèyàn bínú òyìnbó sọ pé àwa fantastically corrupt but system ta ní Nàìjíríà ó ń prove ẹ̀ so ọṣẹ wo la fẹ́ fi wẹ̀ lójú aráyé ní gbogbo àgbáyé àwa Yorùbá ẹ jẹ́ ká rò ó a mọ̀ pé a ti gbé pẹ̀lú Nàìjíríà àti wọra wa a mọ̀ bó a sì mọ̀ àlá wa èmi kì í bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ ìyàwó mi ò ń ṣe Nàìjíríà bó Áfíríkà ni bó a sì mọ̀ àmọ́ra wa kí wá ní àwa Yorùbá a jẹ́ Yorùbá síra wa ẹ̀rí àní mi máa ń sọ fún èèyàn a make record ní Guinness Book of Record tí ejò ó dẹ̀ gbé owó mi. Mo jẹ́rìí ìlú òyìnbó yìí. Ẹ̀yin imagine kó bá jẹ́ owó kí wọ́n fẹ́ san fáwọn èèyàn lọ́jọ́ Friday ni. Ejò wá gbé mi, wọ́n máa lanú ejò yẹn.
Wọ́n gbé jáde o.
Owó táwọn èèyàn fẹ́ gbà ní Friday, owó bàbá. Bọ̀ nígbà tó jẹ́ pé owó tiwa kò ní àní ownership ìlú yẹn. Ṣẹ́rí Yorùbá nation ó ní ownership. Biafra nation ó ní ownership. Arewa nation ó ní ownership. Nàìjíríà ò ní ownership, kò sí owner. Anybody lè wọlé kó lóun claim Nàìjíríà. Ó lè ní pásítọ̀tì. Èmi máa ń béèrè báwo ni èèyàn ṣe ń gba pásítọ̀tì Nàìjíríà. Ok, èèyàn bí ọmọ sí agbègbè kan. Agbègbè yẹn ní ọba ń bẹ̀, ọ̀ kó ní baálẹ̀ ń bẹ̀. Kí ni ìtumọ̀ baálẹ̀ ní àṣà wa? Olórí wa ní culture kó represent ọba aládé, àbí? Báwo ló ṣe máa ní òbí mọ́ ń bẹ̀ yẹn ó fẹ́ nationalize irú baálẹ̀ yẹn ò sign sí fọ́ọ̀mù yẹn ní Nàìjíríà? Àwọn politician pọ̀ kóra wọn jọ, wọ́n kọ issue passport fáwọn èèyàn. Òyìnbó ló ti wá kọ and for years so orúkọ ó tán. Ibo náà ti ń verify. So ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ pé insecurity máa wà nìyẹn. Because èèyàn tó bú wa kó claim ìlú yín mọ inú ẹ̀. Mọ̀ bóyá wọ́n ràn wá ni, wọ́n dẹ̀ ń monitor ẹ̀, ó dẹ̀ ń fún wọn ní àbọ̀ every year. Mọ̀. Sẹ́rí ìtìjú ni ẹ tí wàá wo gbogbo Yorùbá nation tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ oríṣiríṣi fashion. So painful. So painful. We don't learn. À ń kọ́ ẹ̀kọ́. A kàn ń ka ìwé yẹn ká ṣáà ká ti lè rí owó jí ká mọ òyìnbó sọ. Bọ̀ a kọ́ ẹ̀kọ́ gangan àkọ́. We don't learn. Ẹ jẹ́ àsòtọ́, we don't learn. Gbogbo nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ nísìnyí ní Nàìjíríà yẹn ó ti ṣẹlẹ̀ rí, ẹ bá máa wò, but we don't learn because system ta ní kò jẹ́ ká ní focus. System yẹn ò jẹ́ ká ní focus. Àwọn èèyàn kan inú wọn dùn last week pé Buhari ti sign law kan pé each state wọ́n lè generate electricity wọn. Èmi àtàwọn èèyàn wá argue, mo wá bí wọ́n, mo ní èmi ò sọ pé kò dá nǹkan tó ṣe yẹn. Mo ní bọ̀dé ní mo wà nínú generation Yorùbá nation, mo wà nínú generation Nàìjíríà tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n rí iná lò láti kékeré wọn, iná wọ̀ ó ṣẹ́jú. So inú mi ò lè dùn sí nǹkan tí Buhari sáyẹ̀nsì. Èèyàn tó jẹ́ pé àwọn ọmọ tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n bí ní àsìkò tí iná òun sí Nàìjíríà nínú wọn lè dùn. Èmi mo ti wà ní ìgbà tí iná wà. Iná kí ló wá fà kí iná wá bàjẹ́ débi pé inú àwọn èèyàn ti ń dùn sí pé àníná bí ẹni pé àní rí, kí ló dé kó ṣe bàjẹ́ because a kọ sórí foundation tí ò dáa. Nísìn tí wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe padà ń sìn pé òkè o kí state generate ẹ̀ sórí foundation tó dáa láti kọ sí ẹ̀ka ti bira wa. Nígbà kí state bá máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ ń sìn, wọ́n á kó oríṣiríṣi àwọn òyìnbó wọ state yín, oríṣiríṣi nǹkan náà máa fẹ́ fi máa ṣe náà. Ẹ nílé control wọn mọ́. Owó kó yẹ kó máa fún local government yẹn, wọ́n máa fi ṣe sport, wọ́n máa fi ṣe oríṣiríṣi renovation ní àdúgbò yẹn, wọn ò ní lè rí gbà because kí ló fà? Kò sí ownership. Iná máa wà lóòótọ́, bọ̀ ẹ máa fi iná ìnira ní because kò ní ownership. Because state ló máa ṣe, àwọn ọmọ yín náà máa lò lóòótọ́, gọ́vnà yẹn ọmọ yín ni, but system tó fi ń ṣe yẹn ló wrong. Báwo ni ọba máa wà? Ókè ẹ wo láyé àtijọ́ téèyàn kan bá fẹ́ lọ ṣe nǹkan ní ẹni ìlú nílẹ̀ Yorùbá, ká sọ pé Ẹ̀gbá fẹ́ lọ ja ogun sìn tẹ́lẹ̀ láyé àtijọ́, ta ló máa ń fún olórí ológun yẹn ní àṣẹ lọ? Ọba ni. Ok, nísìnyí ta ní gọ́vnà, ta ló máa ń fún gọ́vnà ní àṣẹ pé okay lọ ṣe gọ́vnà wa ní politics ta ló yẹ kó máa fún wọn láṣẹ.
àwọn ọba ní.
bọ̀ ṣó rí bẹ́ẹ̀ sí. ṣẹ́rí ọba tí wọ́n yọ yẹn àwọn ni sovereignty wa. ṣẹ́rí òyìnbó wá fi ara ẹ̀ sí ara ẹ̀ kí wọ́n fi sí yẹn má rò bí Britain ni o àlejò ló ń jẹ́ ara ẹ̀ yẹn àlejò dáàbò kó jẹ́ pé a máa láìkì àlejò bó jẹ́ lẹ́ba ní kó ṣáà ti jẹ́ funfun kó ń ṣe àwa a máa láìkì wọn nǹkan tó fà á nìyẹn ó dìgbà tá a bá padà ká gba Yorùbá nation wa ká wá tó àwọn ọba yẹn síbi tó yẹ kí wọ́n wà ìgbà yẹn la máa rí adùn ìlú wa because báwo báwo ni gọ́vnà ṣe máa ní òun fẹ́ ṣe òfin òfin kẹfẹ́ ṣe ẹ̀yin ẹ tiẹ̀ sì dúró ẹ mọ̀ pé bá ṣe ń tajà nínú society lágbègbè kankan culture wa la fi bẹ̀rẹ̀ àbí nísìnyí bá lọ sí National Assembly kẹfẹ́ ṣe modernization ẹ wá ṣe òfin kó máa new system wá bọ́ ṣe ń tajà òkè ta ló represent àwọn tó ń tajà yẹn ní National Assembly yẹn. ó ti yé yín bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn bọ̀ kó bá jẹ́ pé àwọn ọba yẹn ní àwọn afojú ń bẹ̀ nínú debate yẹn ẹ mọ reason tí wọ́n ṣe ń tajà ní àsìkò báyìí ẹ mọ reason tí wọ́n ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn bọ̀ ẹ ń gbé àwọn ọmọ wa lóòótọ́ ni àwọn ọmọ wa ní nínú ẹgbẹ́ yẹn àwọn Yorùbá ni wọ́n but wọ́n represent ẹgbẹ́ wọn wọ́n ti represent àpò wọn ibi tá a ti ṣe mistake nìyẹn òyìnbó dẹ̀ ní ever gbà kẹ́ ṣe irú system yẹn because irú system yẹn ó máa jẹ́ kẹ́ strong which ẹ máa build the democracy yín lórí àṣà yín bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe fẹ́ kí ayé rí yín bọ̀ ilé tá à ń ṣe yìí ayé ò rí wa bó ṣe yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe rí wa because kò ń ṣe bàbá wa ló ń tọ́jú wa kò ń ṣe ìyá wa ló ń tọ́jú wa àwọn ìyá àti bàbá yìí wọn ò dẹ́kun bọ̀ wọn ò gbé wọn síbi tó yẹ kí wọ́n wà ní. ẹ̀yin náà rí Ọ̀ọ̀ni lọ síbẹ̀ yẹn àwọn èèyàn àbù Ọ̀ọ̀ni arówó tiẹ̀ àsórí adé wọn á fún kan bọ̀ ẹ̀yin wá bíra wa àwa Yorùbá báwo la ṣe ń gé ni ẹ̀ pẹ̀lú system Nàìjíríà yìí because kó bá jẹ́ pé Yorùbá ní sìn bí Tinubu ṣe wọlé kó bá jẹ́ Yorùbá president ni ó máa tẹ̀lé Ọ̀ọ̀ni jáde kí dẹ̀ náà fi ṣe yẹn wọ́n fi lọ ràn ní ẹ wo bá ṣe wà à ń ṣe bí ẹni pé àjẹ́ super power rí bí ẹni pé àjẹ́ kingdom rí ìtìjú ni o ẹ gbà bẹ́ẹ̀ ìtìjú ni o àwa Yorùbá gbogbo ìwé takà education takà kọ́kọ́ gbélé náà kó kọ́kọ́ jà fún sovereignty yẹn which is Yorùbá nation ìgbà yẹn ni religion ẹ ìgbà yẹn ni ìwé tó kà ó máa lè wúlò ó máa gbé wọ gàngà bọ̀ pẹ̀lú bó ṣe wà yìí kò lè gbé ẹ̀gá ó máa rí owó o bọ̀ rántí èṣù olóhùn ò ní fún ẹ lówó bọ̀ ìwọ ni kò bí pé kí ló gbà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ àárín owó lóòótọ́ bọ̀ ó ń gba nǹkan lọ́wọ́ wa kó jẹ́ pé nǹkan tó ń gbà yẹn ó máa ba ayé àwa jẹ́ lọ́jọ́ iwájú because history àwọn èèyàn kan là ń parẹ́ báyìí pẹ̀lú system tá à ń ṣe yìí ẹ̀yin wá bira yín báwo ni system yóò ṣe nípa history àwa náà rẹ̀ lọ́jọ́ iwájú. ó yẹ yín ẹ̀yin májì bá ṣe wà sí Yorùbá ká má ní ọjọ́ kan ká má ní arántí àwọn èèyàn tí wọ́n ti ẹ̀ kó lẹ́rú ṣe rí pé ìtìjú ni as a country ìtìjú ni bọ̀ kí ló ń fà system Nàìjíríà ló ń fà ẹ wo mo ní girlfriend kan shortly ẹjọ ẹ má bínú ọmọ èké ni ó bí mi ó ní kò tiẹ̀ fẹ́ gbọ́ rọ̀ wọ àwa dúdú Only because I learn. Mo wá sọ fún, mo ní kó má bínú. Mo ní ṣòro bí pé ẹ̀yin tí wọ́n kó lẹ́rú yìí nìkan ló dùn ni. Mo ní ṣòro mọ̀ pé ẹ̀wọ̀n ẹrú yìí tí wọ́n kó yẹn wọ́n ní bàbá, wọ́n ní ìyá, wọ́n ní ẹbí tó sì wà Nàìjíríà. Ó wá dákẹ́ ń bẹ̀ yẹn. Ó yẹ yín gẹ́fẹ̀ mi wá dákẹ́. Mo ní ṣòro bí pé bí wọ́n ṣe kó yín yẹn generation yìí wọ́n kọ̀ parẹ́ ni. Mi ní nínú ẹbí mi, mo ní èèyàn tí bàbá mi sọ pé wọ́n kó lẹ́rú, wọ́n dẹ̀ dárúkọ ẹ̀. Mo ní but kó bá yẹ pé a ní Yorùbá nation, mo lè gbé bill lọ sí National Assembly pé mo ní ọ̀nkù báyìí wọ́n gbé lọ́jọ́ báyìí. Ẹ tiẹ̀ bá wa bí àwọn èèyàn kó kẹ́rù yìí, ibo ló wà. Ó yẹ yín. But kí bá gbérú bíìlì yẹn ní Nàìjíríà sí ṣe rò bí ó máa rí láìtì dìde. So olóhùn jẹ́ kí àwọn dúdú tó wà lágbàáyé kí ni wọn ò ṣe ń dùn sí wa. Ó yẹ yín, àwọn òbí wọn wà Nàìjíríà, ẹbí wà Nàìjíríà, wọn kọ́ wọn ọmọ ni. Ó yẹ yín, àwọn ẹbí wà náà, àwọn òbí wà. Ó jẹ́ pé wọ́n kú wọn ọ̀rọ̀ wọn mọ́. Ó yẹ yín, but system ta ní kò lè jẹ́ kí òyìn káyé rí wa pé a gbọ́n, a nílàákàyè, àwa ní ẹ̀dá rere. System yóò jẹ́ ká ní àrówó bọ̀. Ẹ máa bira yín kí ni owó yìí lọ́wọ́ mi. Ẹ wọ wọn mọ́ wa. Ìtọ́jú là ń tọ́jú ọmọ wa yìí. Ẹ jẹ́ ká bira wa ká tiẹ̀ kọ́kọ́ bí gbogbo inú ilé wa ká wọnú ilé. Kọ́kọ́ jókòó kó bí rẹ̀ bí wọ́n ṣe tọ̀wọ̀ kó tó dàgbà. Báwo náà ṣe ń tọ́mọ yìí àwọn ọmọ yìí kó wo báwo ló ṣe lè jèrè wọn wájú. Kọ́kọ́ jókòó kó kọ́ fi rẹ̀ balẹ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ ká jí o. Ẹ jẹ́ ká jí o. Kọ́bọ̀ èmi ò ní. Nǹkan tí mo ní ni mò ń jí wájú o. Ẹ jẹ́ ká jí o. Ṣé gan?
Ẹ jẹ́ ká jí owó tí bàbá ní àwọn ń yá wa yẹn. Nǹkan tó bá dẹ̀ ṣe lénìí títí di ọjọ́ míì ọjọ́ rẹ̀ láti pàdé lórí ètò. My phones are back. Got broken. Got it back last time. My phone is back. Anybody that wants to call me? Abba Remedy. Detox is still ongoing. Arthritis is there. Diabetes is there. High blood pressure is there. Tomorrow. I try láti wọ advert nígbà tí wọ́n parí ètò. Olódùmarè wà fún gbogbo àwọn tó ṣe wà nínú àwẹ̀. Àwọn Kristẹni ń gbà lọ́wọ́ pé ẹ̀kọ́ ògbẹ. Àwọn Mùsùlùmí wọ́n ti ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ náà bákan náà wọ́n ti dùn wá pé ẹ̀kọ́ ògbẹ. Olódùmarè á jẹ́ kí ẹ̀mí tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ kó rẹ̀ yín. Ẹ ṣé o gbogbo ẹ̀yin. Má gbàgbé ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ló yẹ kó jẹ wá lójú. Kì í ṣe ràkàtíà ní àbátì. Ní ìmọ̀ bóyá èdè Yorùbá gan ni ràkàtíà pàápàá bóyá èdè lédè bóyá èdè tá yá ní láti dìbò míì. Wọ́n ní kí ají kí a má sùn ní gbogbo kó lè lọ. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ mo fi ọ̀nà Ọlọ́run bẹ̀ yín. Ìlọsíwájú nǹkan tá a gbé dání kí a máa wá ní gbogbo ọ̀nà. Nítorí pé ìlọsíwájú ẹ̀ ló lè jẹ́ kí ayé wa tètè tó. Ló lè jẹ́ kí nǹkan tètè dáa fún wa. Ló jẹ́ ká kó nínú oko ẹrú ẹ̀kejì tá a wà nínú ẹ̀ pé àwọn ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ èèyàn máa kókó ẹrú mi láti wáyé. Láìpẹ́ láì jù lódì. Títí di ọjọ́ mi ọjọ́ rẹ̀ láti pàdé mi lórí ètò ìtòótọ́ HeritageTV.
Ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ jùmọ̀ kọ orin ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Àwa ni Ògo Adúláwọ̀.
heritage ti dé. Aba remedy ló sọ pé àìsàn ní ṣe wá. ṣọ́múròrò àwọn ká pẹ̀lú ẹ̀dá o. orí fífọ́ ò dáa. máa ń pa wá ó ṣe kókó fámọ́. diabetes ò dáa. lùmọ̀lẹ́kùn ò dára káyé má bá wa jà o.
àbí o kàlàfíà àwọn máa ti fíafíà o. nílé iṣẹ́ Aba remedy ṣe ń fọnrẹ́rì ẹ̀ pé ká tọ́jú ara wa pẹ̀lú àwọn òògùn ìbílẹ̀ tiwantiwa. egbògi ilẹ̀ Yorùbá pọ́nbélé tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ fáwọn onírúurú àìsàn bíi ẹ̀jẹ̀ ríru high blood pressure ìtọ̀ ṣúgà diabetes ẹ̀fọ́rí túlù migraine àwọ̀ká arthritis nárùn body inching ṣọmúlọ́rọ̀ àtẹ̀dá tó dààmú àwọn obìnrin Yorùbá natural Aba remedy ló lè yanjú ẹ̀. manpower ọkùnrin làdá tó ń fáwọn ọkùnrin lágbára láti ṣojúṣe wọn lọ́dọ̀ àwọn aya wọn. ọ̀sẹ̀ àánú náà wà Mercy Soap fún gbogbo ẹni tó fẹ́ràn àánú gbà. Aba remedy láti lè ṣe HeritageTV London. ẹ lè ríra láwọn àdírẹ́sì tó ń kọjá lójú wòran yìí tàbí kẹ́ ẹ pè nọ́mbà yìí +44 777 8957 893 lè ṣe HeritageTV London ló ń pariwo wípé àìsàn àtàrùn onífàgọ́ ara wa ṣe bùgbé o.
lùmọ̀lẹ́kùn dára káyé má bá wa jà o. Jerusalem, Jerusalem, land of glory, Jerusalem, holy land, and they visit to Jerusalem.
ní àwọn tó ti wà ní àkọsílẹ̀ tí a sì ń jẹ́rìí rẹ̀ wípé òdodo ni. àǹfààní ńlá ló ṣí sílẹ̀ fún ọ láti wọ̀lú Ísírẹ́lì. ìrìn àjò ọlọ́jọ́ 10 sí ìlú mímọ́ ní Jerusalem. ìwọ náà rí fúnra rẹ̀ àwọn ibi tó ti kà nínú Bíbélì. orí òkè Nebo ní àdójúkọ Jericho níbi tí Ọlọ́run ti fi gbogbo ilẹ̀ lérí hàn Mósè. Deuteronomy chapter 34 verse 1 to 12. àfonífojì Élà níbi tí Dáfídì ti ṣẹ́gun Gòláyátì. 1 Samuel chapter 17 verse 1 to 5. òkun Gálílì níbi tí Jésù ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ iṣẹ́ ìránṣẹ́. Luke chapter 4 verse 14 to 15. Kánà àti Gálílì níbi tí Jésù ti ṣiṣẹ́ ìyanu àkọ́kọ́ ó somi di wáìnì. Jòhánù orí kejì ẹsẹ̀ kìíní sí kẹwàá. odò Jódánì níbi tí Jòhánù onítẹ̀bọmi ti baptisi Jésù. Matthew chapter 3 verse 13. ilé tí Jósẹ́fù àti Màríà ìyá Jésù gbé ní Násárẹ́tì. Matthew chapter 2 verse 23. ìlú Jericho. Joshua chapter 6 verse 1 to 2. òkun pupa. Exodus chapter 14 verse 22. ọgbà Gẹ́stímánì níbi tí Jésù ti ń gbàdúrà. Matthew chapter 26 verse 36. sàárè Lásárù ibojì ọba Dáfídì ní Jerúsálẹ́mù. ilé tí Jésù àtàwọn ọmọ ẹ̀yìn ti jó ń jalè Olúwa. Mark chapter 14 verse 15 to 18. yàrá òkè níbi táwọn ọmọ ẹ̀yìn ti gbẹ̀mí mímọ́. iṣẹ́ àpọ́sítélì chapter 2 verse 1 to 5 àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. fún àlàyé lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́ ẹ ká tí ń mọ̀dà Athens sórí nọ́mbà yìí 078 721 379 53 tàbí pásítọ̀ Elijah Kúmúyè sórí nọ́mbà yìí 079 846 348 98. àjọsílẹ̀ mímọ́ kì í ṣe ìrìn àjò lásán ṣùgbọ́n ká lọ kábọ̀ ká dẹni ọ̀tun. ìrìn àjò sí Jerusalem tọdún yìí.
Jerusalem. ó ti yá Heritage TV. Heritage TV.
Everybody in London, have you heard that Heritage Television has come up with something new? All your functions and celebrations can now be multi-camera live stream that was only reserved for the rich and famous. Having a function in London can be viewed clean and clear immediately from any part of the world. Trust Heritage TV to give you a better reach. Heritage Television also does photography that will make you the envy of all your friends and family. Heritage Television is the best. All your functions like birthdays, funerals, weddings, church anniversaries or harvest. Heritage Television is the master. We are in the heart of London with an ultra-modern equipped studio. You can call us on 020 800 46100 or email us info@heritagetv.co.uk or mobile 0734 1234 560. Heritage Television will do you proud.
Bismillah. I'm not just for your Islamic shopping. I'm not just for your Islamic shopping. For your Islamic shopping. I'm not just
You are welcome to our store, Anaja Store, for your Islamic shopping, t-shirts, other apparels, including mugs, tumblers, and kitchen utensils. Come for your Islamic customized classic unisex pullover hoodies, next level men's CVC, next level men's suede, next level men's triplet crew, next level unisex ringer t-shirts, Didal Youth Ultra Cutting long sleeve, unisex t-shirt, praising Allah, premium kids crew neck t-shirt, classic baby short sleeve, performance unisex crew t-shirt, multicam dad arts, snapback arts, quadro arts, dad arts, flat bill cap, pom-pom Benny, cuffed Benny, Gilda adult heavy blend, athletic joggers, Bella plus canvas unisex jersey t-shirts, Champion 9.3 ounces, Heritage jersey t-shirts, Adidas backpack and unisex classic backpack, white 10 ounces, porcelain slimming mug, white 11 ounces, ceramic mug, magic 11 ounces, ceramic mug, white tumbler with steel interior, well customized in an Islamic way. We give free shipping for order over $75 US. We can also customize your birthday t-shirts and your Islamic gathering. We can also help your groups, clubs, and organizations to customize your many t-shirts in Islamic way. For more information, visit our website at www.anajestore.com.collectic. To order from Nigeria, call us on +1 651 373 0330 or 080 520 45475. And not just store.
Islamic shopping, I'm not just
Quick Cargo
Limited. From London to Nigeria.
Quick Cargo Limited. We specialize in shipping and air freight from London to Nigeria. We provide you with high quality, affordable and reliable shipping platform globally. Quick Cargo Limited. We collect from your door within London with free pickup. Your containers, cash shipping, air freight services, shipment shipping, plant machinery and professional packing services. All this we do to satisfy you. London address, Unit 1215, Access Self Storage, Kingsbridge Road, Afresh Way, back in IG 11 OBD. Telephone +44 79 04 04 1142 +44 79 6021 2185 +44 78 4949 4970. Nigeria address #1 Molara Alibaba Close behind CPM Church, Ajao Estate, Lagos. Telephone 090 7083 3630. Website www.quickcargo.co.uk. Email info@quickcargo.co.uk. Quick Cargo Limited, affordable and reliable shipping
from London to Nigeria.